Hello witches, this is Dawn from Aurora Dawn, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel. This video is going to be about meditation, and I'm going to just go over some techniques, starting out with beginning and then going into advanced. And really, this is the first step. If you want to get into magic and you want to get into witchcraft, this is an absolute must. You must know how to meditate, because that is how you get your answers. That is how you calm the mind and really focus on what it is that you want to manifest in your spell work. And the more you can harness your mind and control the mind chatter, the more energy you can put into your spell. Okay, so let's start out with beginning. Really easy, simple, right? Like that. Yeah. Okay. So I've got some notes here so I don't do a lot of and wander off and stuff like that. Keep me focused, right? That's the purpose of meditation, is to keep you focused. Okay, so first off, the first thing I want to tell you is to make sure you take it slow. There's no need to meditate for hours on end. You don't need to do that. When you get more advanced, it's going to be more comfortable and it's going to be more enjoyable, and you're going to want to meditate longer. So at the beginning, don't push yourself to meditate longer than maybe 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Seriously. And if it's really, really difficult, just a couple minutes. If it's really a struggle for you, because if you struggle with it, it's going to create anxiety and you're not going to get to that place of really relaxed, meditating kind of level. And so you're not going to want to do it. You're going to say, oh, it's not going to work. It doesn't work for me. And you're just not going to even try. So it needs to be as enjoyable as possible. Whatever you have to do to make that happen and reduce the anxiety, do it. All right. So if that means going out and getting incense and candles, you can. Here in America, we have something called the dollar store. It's very, very cheap. You can get candles. I personally do not get the scented candles because they're artificially scented. They're chemicals. I already have enough chemicals in my life. I don't need any more. So, but you can get cheap, unscented candles from the dollar store. I wouldn't buy incense there. I don't think they have incense. But I would buy all natural incense or make your own. Okay, so let's see. I've mentioned in other videos that my mother took me to ashrams when I was little. So I've been taught how to meditate, and yes, I was taught that the purpose of meditation is, or the goal, or the way you know you are meditating is you don't have any thoughts in your mind. All right, that is not going to happen. I'm able to blank out my mind for maybe 15 seconds, and I've been doing this for a while. That is usually not my focus. Though it is good to practice, but it's more of, that's kind of the Olympic level, the yoga master, the guy who lies down on a bed of nails. He probably can do that, all right? But we don't need to. It's a goal if you want to shoot for that. Yes, the more you can control your mind, the more powerful you are going to be, all right? So magic will become easier and your spell casting will become more successful the more you can harness your mind and control your mind. Okay, and so let me just kind of tie this into witchcraft and magic, all right? So your mind is where you program the energy you're going to put into your spell. So the energy you're putting into the spell is your intention. I want a new job. I want a better paying job. Okay, so in your mind, you are formulating the program, and I'm talking like computer program, okay, software program. So you're giving instruction to the energy. I want you to go out there and bring this back to me, this vibration back into my life. Okay, so the more you can focus on it, the more energy you put into it. So if you've got a candle and you sit with your intention, you're putting that intention into the candle, and that can be part of your prayer. I'm putting this intention into this candle, and I'm asking this candle to hold my intention for me. And as the fire burns the candle wax, it releases my energy that I put into it, my intention, and releases it out to the universe to bring it back to me. And all that time you spend focusing on what it is that you really want, that is vibrating at that frequency of what it is that you want. Hopefully that's clear. Then with emotion, you're going to add the juice, the gas, if you will, the fuel. And that's, what does it feel like to have what it is that I want to manifest? So that new job that's going to pay you really, really well, what does that feel like? What does it feel like to get a paycheck? Really awesome paycheck that is going to cover all of your bills, plus your groceries, plus the gas in your vehicle so you can, go to work and back, plus living expenses, plus being able to go out to dinner with your friends, and so on and so forth. What does that feel like to have enough money, or better yet, more than enough money? So you're holding that energy, that emotion, and you're putting that in to your spell. So the more you can harness your mind, the more you can focus that energy, that emotional energy, into your intention. But if your mind is wandering off here, wandering off there, I got bills to pay, I got to pick up milk after work, and I've got to make sure I get this project done, and I've got this person I need to talk to, that is scattering your energy. So when you meditate, you're training your mind to stay focused on one thing. Don't worry about blanking out your mind. Your mind, the purpose of your mind is to give you thoughts. So to stop the mind is like almost impossible, okay? So really, it's very, very hard. You can do it if you want to, but at this point, you don't need to. This can be a goal, like if you're shooting for the Olympics, all right? But right now, we're just trying to get to a place where we can make our spells actually work, okay? So to make it simple and easy, limit yourself to 5 to 10 minutes. And if this is really difficult and it creates anxiety and you can't get relaxed, it's 1 to 2 minutes, all right? So there are some people who are type A personality where they're on the go, 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 go. Got to go here, got to go there, got to remember this, and they're scattered. So it's very, very difficult for these people to even spend 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so if you're that way, then just tell yourself, I'm only going to do this for a minute. And keep a clock nearby so you can watch it. Hey, look, ego. And you're talking to your ego because your ego is what's telling you you need to go, go, go. So you talk to your ego. Okay, relax. We're going to take care of things after this. I'm only going to spend a minute. I'm only going to spend a minute here, and then we can go. And then your ego is going to be relaxed because the ego knows you know how important it is to do all these things, to do, to go, go, go. So it kind of makes the ego relax and sit back and let you do your thing. So and you can do that with the 5 to 10 minutes too. And, your ego might be okay with 5 minutes. And so go for it, feel it out, experiment, feel it out. So limit your meditation at the beginning if you're not type A to 5 to 10 minutes. Sit comfortably. This is very important. So if you're sitting cross-legged and you're not used to that, you're not very flexible, you're going to start getting cramps, and it's going to disturb you. It's going to keep you from getting very relaxed. And that is your goal, is to relax the body. Because when the body is relaxed, then the emotion that you generate for your spell will be pure. It's not going to be interfered with the cramp in your ankle. Okay. So only cross-legged if you are comfortable, if you are flexible enough for that. Otherwise, sitting in a chair with your feet flat on the floor is perfectly fine. Or sitting, now some people like a recliner. Be careful with that at the beginning because it's easy to fall asleep. So make sure you stay awake. If you stay awake, great, go for it. Sit on the sofa, put some pillows behind you to make sure your back is straight as comfortable, and your feet flat on the floor or cross-legged. I do that. I sit cross-legged a lot, so it's very comfortable for me. So I sit cross-legged on the sofa with a pillow behind my back to keep my back straight, and that helps a lot. And that's if I'm really focusing on something. I'm going to get into more advanced techniques and where you want to recline for that. So, but at the beginning, you want to sit up and you want to be comfortable because a cramp in your ankle is not going to allow you to meditate. Okay, fully supported and comfortable. Let's stay away from lying down, and even recliners, if at all possible, do not recline at the beginning. And once you get the hang of this, then more advanced techniques, I talk about reclining. Okay, so breathing, very, very, very important. I cannot stress that enough. Your breathing is extremely important. One of the lessons I learned in yoga is that the mind is in the future, the body is in the past, and the breath is in the present moment. So if you take your mind and focus on the breath, you're bringing your mind into the present moment. And your body always follows your mind. So your thoughts, wherever your thoughts are, your body responds to your thoughts. So if your thoughts and your mind is in the present moment, your body is going to be pulled into the present moment. So everything together is in the present moment. And speaking of yoga, this kind of should be another one. Actually, it should be part of Sit Comfortably. And I totally missed it. I'm gonna just add my little note here, yoga or stretching. This is something you can do beforehand to get the body loosened up. If your back is really tight and feeling uncomfortable, you need to work that out because it's gonna scream at you. Ah! Lower back is gonna go, I'm not feeling good, I'm not feeling good. And you're not gonna be able to meditate if any part of your body is screaming at you. It's the same thing with being hungry and thirsty. At the beginning, make sure your body is comfortable. Eat a little snack, drink something, make sure you're hydrated. That is also very, very important. In divination, I have learned that you have to be hydrated. Otherwise, your connection to spirit will be kind of iffy. And you want to be as accurate as possible. So if you're a tarot reader, and I know there's a crap ton of tarot readers among witches, so if you read tarot cards, drink water beforehand. If you're a psychic reader, clairvoyant, drink water before you do your reading, and so on and so forth. So before you do any kind of spirit work, where you're getting into a meditative state and you're going to travel to the underworld or to the upper world or wherever you're going to go, drink water beforehand. It's very, very important. And make sure you go to the bathroom. That's another thing. Go to bathroom. Drink water. Okay. There's nothing like, I gotta pee, screaming in your head, right? So make sure that you drink some water, and if you're hungry, that you eat. And it just needs to be a snack just to calm the stomach down so it's not screaming at you. Okay, that's all part of Sit Comfortably. So making sure your body is comfortable. So next technique, and this is really for your ego. And if you're, and I use it a lot because I will go into a really deep trance state and I lose track of time. I have no idea how long I've been in a trance state. So I use this technique. But keep a clock within eyesight. So if I'm sitting up, okay, I'm sitting up nice and tall and comfortable, and and I'm in meditation, and I'm really relaxed, I need to be able to see what time it is. I've got my laptop in front of me, and I've also got a clock up here. Now, if I look up, I can see it, and then just close my eyes. No other body part is moving. So before I get too deep in my meditation, I want to be able to see that clock without moving anything else but my eyes. So if I can just open my eyes and then close them back and go back, and I won't disturb anything. I've been able to do this, and hopefully you'll be able to do this as well. And so I have my laptop. So my clock on my laptop is down here. So I could just open my eyes and see the time and then close them again. And then I can go back into a relaxed state. So I would highly recommend this, especially if you have an ego that's on the go, and you have to tell your ego, just a minute, I'm just going to stay here for a minute. And then you keep that clock within eye shot without disturbing your body. It is extremely helpful. Okay. Next technique or tip, next tip is breathing. Okay, so I already went through, you know what, I skipped this. Oh my God, sorry, I jumped around. All right, so breathing is very important. Let's go back into breathing. Relax your belly. I have been a personal trainer, and I've been involved in athletics, sports, where I've done a lot of training. And one of the things I have learned is to hold my stomach muscles in, my abdominal muscles in, to support my back, and to develop my back muscles and develop my abdominal muscles in order to support my body in sports and activities. When you are breathing to relax the body, you have to relax the belly. So really just put your attention on it. Relax, belly, relax, and just talk to the body part. Relax feet, you can relax now. Just talk to them like they're alive, like they're another intelligent being. Knees, go ahead and relax now. Thighs, go ahead and relax now. So in a way, I'm doing a couple of things. I'm bringing my attention to that body part. And the second thing is I'm giving it permission to relax. So bringing my attention to the body part, I feel it. It feels whatever it feels. It might feel cold. It might feel hot. It might feel prickly. Whatever it is, let it be whatever it is. And then just tell it to relax. And a lot of times, any discomfort that's there, when you tell your body, go ahead and relax, it will release the tension. So that's important, to release tension in the body, to make sure each body part is relaxed. Okay, I'm kind of ahead of myself. We're going to come back to that body part stuff. But relax your belly for breathing. There's something in yoga and pranayama called the complete breath, and it's very, very helpful. If you have trouble sleeping at night, sometimes this will help. So you're going to breathe in, hold your breath, and then breathe out. Breathing through the nose. And inhale. Hold your breath. And exhale. Now, ideally, you want to count. And this kind of ties into what I'm going to talk about later, the next step, which is counting to 4. So you can do this breathing while counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you need kind of, it's just a second. One, what is it? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi if you want. Or I have a clock that ticks for every second, and so I can count with the tick. If you don't have that, if you can feel your heart beating, you can count with your heart, with each beat. Or you can just count. Just keep the counting soft and gentle, not too fast, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good pace for counting, okay? Let's see. There's alternate nostril breath, which is something that you can do before you meditate. And very quickly you exhale, and you want to put your fingers together. So there are different ways of doing it. I was taught to put the middle finger down on the palm, and you're going to use the thumb and your ring finger and pinky. Okay, so you exhale through the nose, then you use the thumb to close off the right nostril, and then inhale. And once you have a full breath, and don't force the breath, just whenever it feels full, then you bring your ring finger and pinky to close off the other side. So both sides are closed just for a second. And then open the other side and exhale. And then inhale. Close it off. And then you're done. You want to exhale out of the nostril that you started out with. So if you started, you want to exhale and then start breathing into the left nostril. So you're going to hold it closed. And then when you end, you're going to exhale out of the left nostril. Okay? So do that, for as long as you feel comfortable. What that does is balances both sides of your brain. So both sides of your brain are working together, and that can be very helpful in calming the mind. Okay, so if you want to try out some other breathing exercises, do a search on YouTube and just put in pranayama. So I'll leave information down below. But pranayama is breathing control, breath control, that is taught in yoga. And there are all sorts of YouTube videos out there, so take a look. Shutting off the mind chatter. I mentioned before, counting to 4 while breathing. You want to do that for a while, and then just relax. After you do a few rounds of breathing, just relax and just breathe normally, but continue to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that keeps the mind chatter. Because if you're thinking about counting and what's the next letter, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can't get any, I got bills to pay and I got to get milk after work, and any of that mind chatter stuff gets shut off, because your mind can only hold one thought at a time. And if you're busy counting, then the mind can't give you any other thoughts. Okay, you could count to 10 if you want to. I've done that before. And repeat, and do this for the entire period that you are meditating. And this makes it easy to shut off the mind chatter. If that doesn't work for you, you can also do gazing. And if you have a candle, light the candle, and you want the candle to be below your gaze so that you're looking down slightly. You're relaxed, and you pay attention to your peripheral vision. The candle flame is in the middle, but you're focusing your attention on your peripheral vision. And this can be very, very good for seeing auras, to develop your ability to see auras, or to see ghosts, or to see other spirits or fairies and other things that are in the astral world. Okay, so that helps develop that ability. You could also say the word peace. This is something I do quite often. Say the word peace, and I visualize the peace sign in my mind. And visualizing something and saying something in my mind, both of those things do really well, especially when my mind is really busy and I'm having a hard time calming it down and keeping those thoughts out. I will say peace in my mind, peace, 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 and visualize a peace sign, the symbol of peace. And you can do this with joy or love, and whatever symbol of love, maybe a pink rose or a red rose. You can visualize that while you're saying inside your mind, love, love, love. And if it really gets hard to do, then speak it out loud. Peace, peace, peace. and that'll shut it off. That really helps really a lot, because now you're hearing it in your ears. And so that helps a lot in shutting off the chatter. Or if you don't have candles, and then an object, an orange, an apple, or a rock, even a plant, something simple that's not too complicated. You don't want to get caught up into, all the details, but if you can just gaze at something simple, that helps a lot as well. Okay, mindfulness meditation. I kind of touched on this in relaxing your body. You're bringing your attention to your feet. And you kind of just feel what your feet are feeling right now. They might be cold. They might be warm. If you have socks on, feel the socks. If your feet are flat on the floor, feel what that feels like to have your feet on the floor. And just let it be. Don't judge it. Don't criticize it. It's just what it is right now. And then just speak to your feet, relax. And then just keep going through your body parts. So go up the shins and the calves, both. And just kind of visualize in your mind and bring your attention to that body part. Both of them at the same time is fine. And then go into your knees, your thighs, your lower back and hips, and your belly. Usually I do the lower back and the belly at the same time because they're in the same place. So your hips will be one stop, and bring your focus to your hips, and then bring to your belly and your lower back, and then your upper back and your chest, and then your shoulders and your arms all the way down to your fingers, your hands all the way down to your fingertips, and then go up into your neck, both back and front. Just visualize it and feel what it feels like. And then go up into your head, and your face, your jaw, your eyes. Those two are very important. We forget about those, but we hold a lot of tension there, especially in the jaw. Got bills to pay. And we hold that tension here. Me, I hold a lot of tension here, but I also hold tension in my hips. So, those are different spots in your body where you hold it, tension. I got stuff to do, and I'm worried, or I'm hurt, or I'm upset, or whatever. You hold that tension in your body. So find that body spot and really spend some time relaxing, getting that body part to relax and let go, and just telling your body it's okay, and that everything's going to work out fine. And, love, peace, joy, focusing on this energy helps the body to relax and let go. Because if the mind is worried, then the body feels the tension of worry, feels the energy, the frequency of worry. So if the mind is focusing on peace and joy and love, then the body can relax and release. But sometimes it gets stuck, so you have to pay a little extra attention to that body part where you're holding on to that stress and that tension. So let your eyes relax. Let your jaw relax. So you speak to your jaw. Okay, jaw, you can relax now. And your tongue. Oh, that's right. That's another one. I learned that from another yoga teacher. Relax your tongue. Never would have thought about it. But yeah, so relax your tongue, relax your jaw, relax your eyes, relax the skin on your scalp. So that's mindfulness. Mindfulness meditation is when you just focus on a body part and what is it feeling, and being okay with how it feels. Okay, let's move on to more advanced. And just a couple thoughts. If you don't have incense and candles, that's okay. You don't have to have anything. Just a quiet space where you feel comfortable and you're not going to be disturbed. That's important, because if you're going to get disturbed, then your mind is going to have a hard time relaxing, because somebody might open the door and ask, "Where are the chips? Where are the chips? Can you tell me where the chips are?" Or where are the hot dogs? Or, you know what I mean? Hey, when are you going to go to the grocery store and get some food? So if somebody's going to disturb you, your mind is going to have a hard time relaxing. So make sure you're in a comfortable place where it's warm enough or cool enough, and you're not going to be disturbed. So the phone needs to be shut off or put in another room where you cannot hear it. Okay. More advanced techniques. So what we just went over, those are techniques that you can use to get into a relaxed place. Now, when you get really used to this and really good at relaxing your body and your mind and harnessing your mind so that thoughts are not interfering, thoughts can be there, but you're not engaging with the thoughts. Then you want to extend your meditation period to 20 to 30 minutes. And really, for me, 20 to 30 minutes has been really, really good. Works really, really well. There have been other times where I just go into a deep trance and I don't come back for an hour. And it's great. There's no forcing. There's no, how long do I have this there? It's enjoyable, and I want to be there. I want to be in meditation. And so when it gets enjoyable, when you do the above, what I went over already, and it's enjoyable, then you want to extend it to 20 to 30 minutes and start looking for a place where you are in a trance state. And what that means is, when you're just about to fall asleep, you're super, super relaxed. You feel like you're just being absorbed into the mattress. You can hardly tell where your body is anymore. You are almost asleep, but not quite. You're still conscious. That's where you want to be. That's trance. And I have had some mind-blowing experiences in trance state that other people can't get unless they're on take a drug. So to avoid, real personally, I don't feel the need to take psychedelic drugs to get into this place, but I'm not going to put it down because some people just can't get here. They can't get into a trance state unless they take some kind of psychedelic kind of drug. And to each his own. I'm not going to judge somebody for doing that, as long as you are trained and you're under the guidance of somebody who knows what they're doing. Because if you're just doing it just to, hopefully it'll work out, you could very well get hurt. These are very powerful plant spirits that are in these psychedelic drugs. And in this country where they're illegal, you get them from somebody, on the street or whatever. They have been enhanced by through chemicals. So they are no longer their natural state because people want to get that high. And really, what you should be looking for is just to get into that trance state and that trance place where you are stepping into the spirit world. And these, like cocaine, the coca plant, when it's natural, natives of, I can't remember, somewhere in South America, they chew on the leaves. And I think it's kind of bitter, so it's not really enjoyable. But it brings a calming kind of experience where you feel really relaxed. And that's, if you want to use a drug, then, something natural that will get you there is what I would recommend, rather than the cocaine that gets smuggled into this country. Who knows what kind of chemicals are in there, and it's going to get you way too high, and it's going to be difficult to control. And I know people get into ayahuasca. I don't personally understand it enough. I'm not educated enough to really comment on that, but my opinion is I have these experiences in a trance state, and I don't feel I need something like ayahuasca. But like I said, I don't know enough about it. And I know some people have had tremendous, wonderful experiences with it, so go for it. If it works for you, then go for it. But just be careful and find somebody who's really, truly knowledgeable and not just trying to get your money. Okay, so once you get into a relaxed state, you want to recline at this point. So if you have a recliner or a sofa, but you still want your head and back up a little bit, inclined a little bit, being fully reclined, if that's comfortable. For me, it feels better to be have my head and shoulders up a little bit on an incline, a little bit. That helps me stay awake instead of fall asleep. But I have gone into some deep trance states, being fully flat out on the floor. As long as you're warm, so the floor tends to be cooler. get a blanket, make sure you stay warm, and just kind of experiment with it. So if you need a thicker blanket, then, grab a thicker blanket or a lighter blanket or whatever. And what else? So use those techniques that I taught you to relax the body, but also what has been very, very important in getting myself into this trance state is I found an instrumental DVD, and which one, it doesn't matter. You can find them on YouTube. They're all over the place. And I play the same one over and over and over. So my mind isn't thinking, oh, this is new. What's this? And it's already conditioned that this is relaxing music, and I'm going into a relaxed trance state. I want to get as relaxed as possible and not fall asleep. I want to stay conscious. So in this more advanced technique, you don't want to be thinking about anything, but let me rephrase that. You're going to have thoughts. They're going to come through. Purple is such a pretty color. It's going to float through. You're not going to engage. Maybe, the electric bill needs to be paid, will come floating through, but you don't engage. Whatever, take care of it later, and stay in that trance state. That's so, so, so important. Okay. Because you're in a trance state, you are now being projected into the astral world. Your thoughts are now about this astral world that you are in. Okay, so sometimes I have, a couple of times, I have experienced an out-of-body kind of experience where I am no longer in my body. That is different from astral projection, okay? So if you slip out of your body, you will see the same room that you're in, but it looks a little bit different. Then you are out of your body. Okay, so you're still in the same environment, but it looks a little bit different. It looks like there's static on everything. The color is a little bit different. You might see patterns and things. That's an out-of-body experience. When you're astral projecting, you're in a different world. It just looks like you're in a sci-fi movie or something. It just is very strange, very different. Where am I? But you're floating and you feel relaxed. Now, I will tell you this, that there are different levels in the astral world, and you might find yourself in a fearful place where, like, there are bombs going off and there's war, and maybe Godzilla appears, or there's this huge giant wave comes at you, and danger, danger, danger. Then you have to just focus on going up to a higher level. That's all you have to do. Recognize that you're not on the right level. You need to go higher. You need to go up. This has happened to me, and just once. Most of the time I go into a very calm and loving kind of feeling, and then I know I'm in a high enough level that I'm not going to be disturbed. But if you're in the lower level where, zombies are coming at you and stuff, it's hard to stay relaxed, right? So you just tell yourself, I need to go up. I need to go up. And immediately you will go into another level, a higher level, and it's going to be much more enjoyable. And you explore, and you will come in across people, and sometimes they will give you messages, but most of the time they're going to give you symbols. So one experience where there was this beautiful woman, but her face was a cat. She had like a mane, like a lion mane. She had the lion colors, that gold color, and but she was human. She had arms and legs just like a human, and she had something in her hand, looked kind of like a crystal, and she pressed it into my chest. So that is a symbol that she is giving to me about my heart. And the message was that she was giving me something to help me heal my heart. All right, so you're going to have incredible experiences at that level. You have to get into a trance state. You don't need psychedelic drugs. But I'm not going to say that across the board, because some people really have trouble getting into a trance state. So that's something for you to figure out for yourself. But if you can get into this trance state, you will have incredible experiences like this. You'll have visions where you're given messages, and sometimes you might be given messages for other people, insights in how to heal. Okay, so that is the advanced level. Now, I don't always get into this trance level to get information for myself. I have one thing about, you hear this a lot about shamans, is that they have allies, spirit allies. Well, witches do the same thing. This is called the familiar, or, you know, animals, animal spirit guides and stuff like that. And so you want to develop relationships with spirit allies. So I have a healing guide that I go and I have tea with. Okay, she has this cabin in the woods, and how I found her was I just had this intention when I went into a deep, as relaxed as I could without going into trance. I really wasn't in trance, because when I'm in trance, I can't really communicate very well. When I'm just in a deep, relaxed, meditative state, not in trance, then I feel I am able to communicate, so I can ask questions. So how I got her was that I just had this intention. I want to connect with my healing guide, and I went into a meditative state, and I just allowed the images to come to me. And I found myself in a forest, and I looked around, and I found this cabin. This has got to be her, this or him. I didn't know at the time what the guide was going to look at like. So I went into the cabin, and there's this beautiful woman with long blonde hair, and so I know who she is, and I have tea with her, and I can ask her questions about my health and what I can do to heal. And she's given me some incredible advice that I never would have thought of myself. And I went to Google and Googled it, which and came back with confirming information. Yes, that's what you need to do. And however, Google is now censoring any natural remedies and natural health websites. So if you go to Google and do some searches, you will not get, you know, naturopaths. Their websites will not come up. Dr. McCullough's website will not come up, no matter how deep you go, unless you put in Dr. McCullough. And even then, it has a hard, you know, Google's really working hard to not let us see natural remedies. So I use another web search engine called DuckDuckGo. You just type it in without any spaces, DuckDuckGo, and you can search all you want for natural remedies without censorship. Okay, just a side note. So let's see, do I have anything else? So the deep trance state is where I go to receive information from spirit world. And but I have a really hard time asking questions, because I'm so deep and so relaxed that I have trouble with it. Maybe some other people are able to, but other times I just sit on the sofa with my legs crossed, and I go into a deep relaxed state, and I focus on my breathing for a while until I'm really relaxed, and then I go to my the spirit ally that I want to talk to. And there are councils. You can call your council in the spirit world, and just let the images come to you. But you've got to be relaxed. If you're struggling with trying to get there, you're not relaxed enough. If you're struggling with, say, you're supposed to sit down in a chair, your counsel is all around you, you're supposed to sit down in a chair, and you're having a hard time visualizing yourself sitting down, you're not relaxed enough. You know what, I should have split this up into 2 videos. But anyway, it is what it is. There it is. So if you have any questions, comments about your experiences, please put them down below in the comment section. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, all right? Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your comments. Do something today that makes you feel good and brings you joy. Love you all. Until next time, blessed be.